I either have a ghost in my room, or I'm being stalked by a real psycho. 2 weeks ago, I noticed some unusual activity on my computer. There were a few missing programs, the date and time were off, and dozens of empty folders that I didn't create were scattered across the desktop. To be honest, I thought it was my younger brother going into my things like he always does, so I didn't think much of it. That was until last Wednesday, when I received a text from my doctor telling me there was something unusual with the last video I sent him. I have sleep apnea, and I record myself sleeping every other week. So imagine my surprise when I checked the video and saw this. Still believing my brother had something to do with it, I sent in the video. Can you explain this? What the fuck is that? Do you have anything to do with this? Yes or no? No? He came to our room shortly thereafter and showed me like a dozen of haunted house videos and demonic possessions. Usually, I don't believe in the whole paranormal shtick, but I have to admit some of them were weirding me out. That being said, the other possibility scared me even more, that my computer had been hacked by some scammer. I immediately deleted all the sensitive information I had on there, locked my MetaMask, and signed out from any other site that had my credit card info. I also started leaving the screen cap on, just in case my brother was right about the ghost. I was ready to give up and forget the whole thing after 3 days without anything happening. But then yesterday morning, I found this on my browser's history. The sites varied. Some of them were links to pretty disturbing websites. Here are some screenshots of the few I dared to enter. I also found a folder filled with bizarre videos.
Follow my voice. 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 Follow my voice.
When I searched for the screen cap video from that night, it was nowhere to be found, as if the ghost had deleted it. My brother got even more scared at this point and suggested to check paranormal trends to see if there was a similar case elsewhere. Instead, I brought my hacker friend Ryan to check my computer. He discarded the issue as a prank since he couldn't trace the source of the hacking and only formatted my drive after I begged him to do so. Just in case, I also bought a nice antivirus and set up a password. I didn't know what to think. If they were hackers or scammers, they hadn't stolen anything yet. So, what's the point of hacking my computer anyway? Even though what Ryan did might have solved the problem, my mind kept wondering about what had happened so far. I resumed the recordings, this time with the camera positioned to catch more of my computer screen, and waited for the ghost to make its next move. What happened next left me with chills down my spine. Around 3 a.m. last night, my brother banged on my door. He wanted to show me a video that had just been uploaded to my Twitter account. From the angle, it's obvious the video was captured with my computer's webcam, so we checked the footage from the camera I left recording, and found this. This ghost was messing with me, and it was right there, watching. So I took the keyboard and typed, "Are you there?" It didn't take long to answer. "Are you there?" "Yes." And this is where I am now. What do you think? Is this just some psycho from a different time zone using my computer as a VPN? Or is a ghost coming for me? Didn't sleep at all last night, waiting for the ghost. He didn't show up. I'll keep you updated if anything comes up. After my last tweet on Tuesday, I lost access to my account. I was just able to get it back. Obviously, I'm blaming the ghost for this. I've received several DMs. I apologize if you got any messages from me between Tuesday and today morning. I might be paranoid, but I think my brother is acting weird. He hasn't left his room since Wednesday, and the door is locked. Okay, so this happened a couple minutes ago. I was at the office during lunch break when the phone rang. It was my brother. At least it sounded like him, but he was agitated. He didn't say anything and hung up after a few seconds. I just asked him about it, but he denied ever calling. A moment ago, I found my brother blocked me from Twitter. I caught him leaving the house in a hurry and kind of nervous. I asked him why he'd blocked me, but he just evaded the question and ran off. So weird. There must be a connection between what happened on my computer and this. Alex, that's my brother's name by the way, was fine before we had contact with the ghost. I had a nightmare yesterday. Alex was standing in my room, watching me sleep. It felt so real. I had to check he wasn't hiding behind the door. It looks like my brother started collecting stones. We were headed to his tennis practice when he stopped to pick one up from the sidewalk. He stopped thrice after that, but I pretended I didn't see it. They were similar to this one. Just had a call from Alex's teacher. Apparently, he left today's practice, with no explanation, soon after I was gone. He's not answering the phone. So, I came back home and found this box on the patio. I knocked on Alex's door, but there was no answer. I'm not even sure if he's there. Just came back from a party. I was about to go to bed, but I heard some noises. It's Alex, getting ready to go out. Where could he go at 4 a.m.? He just left the house. I'm going to follow him. I honestly don't know what he's doing in a place like this. He's just standing there. It's been a while now, and Alex hasn't moved. I'm so tired, I could barely keep my eyes open. Okay, Alex just got into a taxi. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. As soon as he gets home, I'll ask for an explanation for all this. I just woke up, and Alex hasn't come back yet. I've got to wrap up my head around everything that's been going on. Alex didn't come home last night. I've already asked everybody else in the family, but no one knows where he could be. I must have called him at least 20 times since yesterday, and he's not picking up. Alex is nowhere to be found, so I checked his room for any clues of his whereabouts and odd behavior. Under his bed, I found a bag full of stones, which was disturbing enough. But what really shocked me was what I discovered on his computer. Alex just came back and locked himself in his room again. I knocked repeatedly on his door with no answer. I don't know what he's doing in there. There's a smell coming from his bedroom. Now I'm hearing this weird sounds playing from his room. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I need to know what's happening there. What the fuck? The power just went out in the whole house, and now I'm sure I smell like something is burning. I think I have no choice but to break into his room. I just broke down the door, and Alex was not inside. What on earth was he doing? I'm starting to think maybe Alex was the ghost after all. I know it's late, but I need to go outside and touch some grass right now. So I finally had a serious conversation with Alex, and gotta say, I didn't expect this outcome. After he came back home last night, I couldn't take it anymore and lashed out at him about how crazy he'd been acting these past few days. I asked him why he'd blocked me from Twitter, about the stones, the graveyard, and the bizarre spectacle in his room. I told him unless he gave me a reasonable explanation, I would contact our father and go as far as to get a therapist involved. He stood there without saying a word, which made me even angrier, so I stormed out of his room. He came to see me a little after that, saying he was ready to tell me everything. He said the ghost was real, and that it was talking to him through his Twitter account. Alex told me he feared I wouldn't take it seriously, and bad things would happen if he involved anyone else, so he tried to get rid of the ghost by himself. These are some of the messages the ghost sent to my brother. Hey Alex, do you want to play a game? I know you believe I'm real, unlike your brother. I know everything about you. Your name, your phone, direction, family, down to your deepest secrets. I promise to keep it all a secret, but you have to keep our talks a secret as well. You will do as I say, and nothing bad will happen. Most important of all, do not talk to your brother Vince. Don't tell him anything. I will watch you day and night. And if you do as I say, I will be nice to him. Keep an eye on your Twitter. Interesting stuff you got in there. Should I share it with everyone? Don't worry, your brother won't see anything. I just blocked him. Are you the same ghost haunting my brother's computer? What do you want from me? You know who I am. I'll tell you what to do next, so wait for my instructions. I know the first thing you can do for me. What? I'm looking for a rock. All I know is that it's somewhere around your area, so be alert for any rock that looks peculiar. You better hurry up. What do you mean peculiar? Just keep sending more photos. And keep all the stones. Maybe you'll find the one I'm looking for. Don't throw any of them. I see you can't sleep. I need you to go somewhere, Alex. I know you're awake. I need you to go somewhere. Right now. What? Now? You know what time it is? Yes. It has to be now. Where do you need me to go? I'll tell you where. But first, I need you to start leaving your house right now. Hurry up. Go and wait there until I give you more instructions. Go. Of course, I don't think this has anything to do with any ghost. I don't know what kind of psycho or pervert we're dealing with, but the same person who hacked my computer did the same to my brother. I think everyone should know about this. Help me spread this information. Every retweet on this thread counts. Who knows how many people this psycho has been stalking? So be sure to follow me, as I will make it my task to unmask this MFer. Hi there, Editor Nathan here. This story so far is quite good. It's quite interesting. It's got some vibes of Red Monkey and a little bit of Gregory 88. It's pretty good, and there is more. But I need to kind of preface this. From this point onward, it gets very crypto bro, very sci-fi and less horror. You'll kind of see what I mean. I hope you enjoy the rest of the story. I'm so done with whoever you are. I don't care if you're a hacker, a ghost, a psycho, or some lame guy with too much time in his hands. Just leave me and my brother alone. I know you're there. Just say what you want, and let's get this over with. Well, I guess fun's over. Who are you? What do you want from us? I'm no psycho, and you are right, I'm not a ghost. I just enjoyed your thread very much and wanted to keep playing a little bit. That's all. Honestly, I didn't know you were paying so much attention to me. I must admit, you were interesting creatures. Creatures? Are you supposed to be funny or something? Relax, human. As I already told you, I was just having a bit of fun. You and your brother are very funny to hang out with. Besides, I never asked your brother to do all of that. Well, the graveyard and the stones were on me, but I had nothing to do with the crazier parts. To be honest, I didn't think humans got scared that easily. Your thread really spooked everyone, and now you'll have to bring them all back. I really wanted to see their reaction to what's coming. What? Who are you? What do you want? I had to go last night, human. There was a storm. This is pretty common on my planet, and I think that answers your question. I'm not from planet Earth. As to why I use precisely your computer, I have an answer, but I won't tell you. Yet. Well, it's a long story. I will just say that I've been trying to make contact with your planet for a very long time. Oh, and just for your peace of mind, you can believe me or not, so think whatever you want. I will not steal, swindle, or extort you. If that's what I wanted, believe me, I wouldn't have chosen your computer. So, you're from another planet, you say? What planet? You're not making any sense. But here's where your joke ends. If you want to talk seriously, show your face. I'm afraid it would be dangerous for me to do that. But I guess I can send you some other proof that I'm an alien, if that's what you're going for, human. And yes, I'm from another planet. One so far away, it could as well be another reality. Sure. Send me proof if you want to keep talking to me. Otherwise, go bother someone else. Did I notice skepticism in your words, human? So you were fine when I was a ghost, but if I'm from another planet, you don't believe me? What do you want from me, man? The joke is over. I've nothing you can steal from me. Why keep using my account? You had your fun messing with us. But why are you so mad, human? You should be thankful that more humans have been following you since I showed up. Your account was dead before me. Besides, we're still early. This is just the beginning. I think we are going to be a hell of a team, and I expect more and more humans to come and join us. Oh, what are you even saying? You're acting like a real nut job. Just show your face already. Hey, human. Are you there? Human? I can't show you my face, but how about this for proof? Remember the storm I mentioned? There was another one last night. They are different from human storms. This is more or less how they look. At least you now show up at a decent time. To be honest, I've been trying to come up with a theory of why you keep doing this. What's your purpose? For now, let's entertain the ridiculous idea that you are an alien. So I ask, why would an alien be using my computer? That is a good drawing, I can't deny that. Is it yours? Oh, I don't know about human hours. I just show up when it's convenient and safe for me, like right now. And yes, I drew it myself. Answering your second tweet, as I told you, it's a long story, human, but I've always been curious about your planet and wanted to make contact. I'm glad I found you because you are funny. Okay. Thanks. I guess. And don't call me human, please. It's weird. You know my name is Vince. It's all around my computer. What's your name? You won't be able to accurately pronounce my name, I'm afraid. I was thinking about having a human name instead. Any suggestions? Sure. But first I'll need to see your face so we can figure that out. And, by the way, I'm not believing a word of what you're saying. Slow down, human. I think you are not understanding that this is dangerous for me, human. I'm telling the truth. I am an alien. Then prove it already. Because I'm telling you this joke has gone on for too long already. Well, I guess I can send you another little something, but you still won't believe me. What's that? All you did was draw something random again. Oh, it wasn't random at all, human. That's the view from my bedroom window. Not gonna lie, that looks awesome. I'm having a hard time imagining your room, though. Sorry, human. I had to turn everything off yesterday. Here, this is how my bedroom looks. Okay, your drawing looks nothing like a bedroom. Like a human bedroom, you mean? Oh, how funny. I forgot you were stalking me. Don't be ashamed of your room, human. I like the simplicity. Are you calling me poor? Reality hurts, human. Well, I guess you're not wrong. That actually made me laugh, by the way. Look, I admit your story of being an alien is interesting, and I see you're not a bad person or anything, maybe just a bit of a misfit. But can't you just finally tell me what's really going on? Okay, human. I guess you need to hear the whole story. From the beginning. Maybe then you'll get it. Okay. What's the story? Well, I guess he's finally gone. I'm back, human. Did you miss me? Sorry to keep you waiting, but I was preparing a little something for you. You said you wanted to know the whole story, right? Well, here it is. It'll be a long ride, so hold your questions till the end. Let's start from the beginning, shall we, human? This was before I met you and your brother, when I didn't know about this planet and I passed my days bored in my apartment. We even have robots. Those are cool, and you could tell them to do anything you want. I mostly ask them to bring me more booze, but I guess they also clean the house and such. By the way, you should try our beer, human. It'd blow your mind. But as with most cool things, soon enough you get tired of them, and pass your time binge-watching the latest intertemporal drama projected on the stars. Sometimes my friends would come over to my apartment, and we'd play games all night, gambling and drinking lots of alcohol. The apartment was a mess afterwards, but it was worth it. It was so much fun, and I always won tons of money. But by far my favorite pastime was to look at the universe outside my window. You see, human, as advanced as our civilization was, there are many things I dislike about living on my planet. This might be hard for you to imagine, but for many reasons that are hard to explain right now, we can't go outside. That's perhaps one of the things from the Earth that I envy the most. Humans can enjoy all kinds of outdoor activities and have fun outside without any sort of protection or special care. That would be unthinkable on my planet. That's right, if I wanted to leave my room, I'd have to go to some other indoor place to try and entertain myself. There's a cool space kart track close to my building. I love to shoot down other spaceships. Don't worry, nobody gets hurt. However, all I wanted to do was to explore what was outside my window. That darkness, full of bright stars. Don't get me wrong, human. My apartment was awesome, and I had fun with my friends. But something was missing. A void, aching to be filled. Then one day, I woke up to amazing news. A planet with advanced life forms had been discovered. Someone had leaked the official report and a picture of the planet. It was beautiful. Your planet has an inexplicable charm, human. You shouldn't take it for granted. It went viral. After all, not every day a planet with some possible sentient life form was found. For the longest time, our race was believed to be alone in the universe. I always considered it to be the saddest thought. To be alone. Looking through my window, though, it didn't look like it. Something must be out there, I'd think. And I turned out to be right. Everyone was talking about it, and the news spread through our community network. Something similar to the Earth's internet. Every other channel of this network was talking about it. Channels are like chat rooms, just so you get what I mean, human. Asking all kinds of questions. Where was this new planet? What kind of life form was living there? Were they dangerous? I bought the latest model machine with a high-speed connection and spent most of my time through every channel where the topic of the new planet was discussed, reading the comments and commenting myself. I locked myself in my room. Suddenly, I didn't need to find a new place to pass the time. I stopped going to discos, restaurants, and parties. I use these human terms so you can understand me. My friends still keep coming to play and gamble with me, but even with them, I talked about the new planet. Not everyone was happy about it, though. My friends believed the authorities were using the new planet as a distraction from other, more real problems. Just like your planet, big issues were going on in mine, human. I'm not going to bug you with details because it's neither the time nor the place. But some of my friends could be quite the radicals, you know. There were many theories about this new world. I even came up with a few, and one in particular became quite popular. That this new planet was inhabited by giant monsters. I know, I was way off, human. But back then it was a real possibility. Other theories went even further and said the creatures, that's what we called the humans then, had sharp fangs and eyes all around their bodies to help them hunt. I guess rumors got out of hand, and many got scared that the new creatures could come to our planet. Panic started to run through the community network. Channels dedicated to preparing for an imminent invasion became the norm. There was this one ran by one of the local heroes that got a lot of attention. He was against the inaction and suggested an expedition to the New World to get ahead of the creatures. Whatever it was we could find there, we had to make the first move. I think this was the catalyst for all the events that followed. Soon afterwards, there was a disruption in the network and all the channels went silent. Oh, it was the worst, human. You couldn't do anything. The network was dead. Not one channel seemed to be functioning. Still, I tried to find something out there. Perhaps if I kept looking, I could find a channel that was still working. Some new comments, anything about the new planet. But it was a lost cause. Even when some brave activists dared to post something about it, the comment would be erased immediately and the account banned. Rumors said the owner of the account would be in danger too. I'm not gonna lie, human. I was scared of posting anything myself. Why would I risk my awesome life just to kindle a conversation about a planet that maybe wasn't even real? As you might have guessed it by the things I said, freedom on my planet is restricted. I'm not saying this for you to pity me, human. If anything, I'm one of the lucky ones. I've lived a comfortable life with all luxuries that money can afford. I got my friends after all, my disco nights and my cool apartment. What did I have to complain about? I had to protect that human, so I did what everybody else was doing and shut up. It didn't take long after that for the authorities to come out and say what I feared. Everything was just a lie. There was no planet. The leak had been false. Furthermore, to prevent any future chaos, it became forbidden to even talk about the planet. Just like that, I was forced to go back to my boring, ordinary life. Or so I thought, human, because the whole drama, yeah, just like my shows, was just starting. I tried everything to take my mind off the issue. I visited some new places like this light-speed roller coaster. I also bought some fancy new things I had always wanted to buy. How cool is this power armor from my favorite show? But nothing seemed to work. Standing in front of my bedroom window, gazing at the stars in the distance, I longed for this planet that didn't exist. Perhaps it was because I never truly gave up, or because I was in the right channel at the right time, but sometime later I stumbled onto something interesting. It was on for barely a few seconds, and I doubt anyone else saw it. I captured the image just before it vanished. Don't worry, human. Not even I understood what it said. If it was a language, it was not one for my planet. You see, unlike on Earth, there's only one official language on my planet that everybody spoke and understood. I always thought it was rather stupid how humans had so much trouble to understand each other. That's why I just went with English, which was the most popular language on Earth. Whatever it meant, I couldn't figure it out. I spent every time I was not playing with my friends trying to crack the code. Even if there was the possibility of it being a prank or a nonsense message, I just knew it, human. It was about the new planet. A new hope. For that very reason, I couldn't tell anyone about it. Whoever posted the message risked his safety to pass on valuable information. Remember that local hero I mentioned, human? To make an example of him, the authorities locked him up for insubordination. They sent a whole army to capture him. Not even a hero like him has a chance against that, but he put up a good fight until the end. Videos and photos of him, defeated, on the ground, were everywhere on the channels. Obviously, they were uploaded by the authorities to spread fear. This will happen to you too if you persist. That was the message. They searched a few apartments, looking for any more rebels. Not gonna lie, human. I was scared that had they searched mine, it would have been the end for me. You see, human, the authorities didn't like me that much to begin with. I haven't mentioned this yet, but my family has an important history. There are 4 industries that rule my planet: electricity, alcohol, food, and the biggest one, entertainment. And my family is the king of entertainment. Or at least it once was. Remember the console that lets you play games in your dreams? Well, that was invented by one of my ancestors. It was a really big deal back when it was launched, and almost everyone had one. On my planet, things are a bit different to what you humans are used to. For us, one of the most powerful things you could have is a good story. Who doesn't love a good story? Well, on my planet, you have the power to change the world with a story, and that's why the authorities hated my ancestors' game. You see, human, when enough of us dream about something, it becomes real. All of that started with my ancestors' invention. The console not only allowed you to play games in your dreams, they actually turned them into reality. My ancestor didn't invent just a game, he gave us a new power. Just imagine it, human. Your nightmares becoming real. We would dream the craziest things, and then those things would appear in the real world. Of course, the authorities went after my ancestor. They wanted him to pay for what he'd initiated, but nobody knows if they actually got him. They also banned the console and tried to destroy them all. But it didn't work. Dreams and nightmares kept becoming real nonetheless. My ancestor's game had opened a gate that couldn't be sealed. That's probably the main reason why the authorities wanted to make the story of the new world disappear. If enough people started believing in it, they would have dreams about it. Soon enough, the new planet with scary monsters would become real. Have I mentioned my favorite show already? Well, it's awesome, human. You have to watch it no matter what. It's a story of heroes that fight against evil monsters. Well, when the show became widely popular, the heroes started to appear among us. And of course, the monsters. Remember the message I found on the channels? Well, I did my best trying to crack the code, but it was impossible. I'm not very good with puzzles to begin with, human, and eventually I just gave up. Many suns went by, too many to count, decades in human time, and eventually nobody talked about the new planet anymore. Lots of things changed from that time. Although I was still living in the same place surrounded by the same things, I was different. My friends stopped coming over to my place to have fun, and I didn't go out on my own. I'd almost forgotten everything about the new planet until I got a letter. It appeared in my inbox by an anonymous sender. The letter had symbols to the message I discovered on the network. I was right about it. But this time something was different. This time I remembered I had seen those symbols before. I looked everywhere, human. I visited every spot I thought had the potential to be the right place, but none of them was. It took me some digging, but finally, after many suns, I found it. An abandoned building. I'm not sure when or why I'd come to this place before, but everything about it was familiar. I explored every corner of the building, and soon enough, inside one of the rooms, I found a machine. It had a spherical shape with a large hatch at the front. To get the answers I was looking for, I had to open it. That was clear. The symbols were on the walls, all around the machine. Just as I'd hoped, they were almost identical to the 2 previous letters. I had no idea about their meaning, but something about them felt strongly familiar, like they were speaking to me. That was it, human. The reason I couldn't crack the code was that it was no code at all. Not one I had to decipher, at least. Next to the hatch was a rectangular box with a blue button, and I just knew it, human, that it was waiting only for me. I approached the machine without any hesitation and pushed it. Nothing happened at first, human. Just silence. Soon enough, however, an out-of-this-world sound filled the room like water. After that, the hatch opened. Inside, it was much cooler than I'd imagined. Of course, at first, I found everything in darkness, and it felt as if no one had stepped foot inside in a very long time. But once I discovered how to turn the lights on, it was pure luck, human, I'll admit it. I was in for a surprise. It felt like I was inside a giant robot. It was big, human. The main cabin had a holographic panel with all sorts of information that made no sense to me. As I said, it gave the impression no one had been inside for who knows how long, but at the same time, everything was in perfect shape. After that, I visited the machine as much as I could. To keep the location a secret, though, I could only do it when it was dark. With the hype for the new planet gone, the authorities were silent. Nevertheless, I knew the slightest of rumors would bring them back. Even though the building was abandoned, it was located in a populated area, so I had to be careful. It took a lot of time and effort, human. It wasn't easy, and many more suns had to pass to understand the basics of the machine. To be honest, I'm still not sure that I do. But things became easier, and as you might have predicted by reading this story, human, it was with the help of this machine that I managed to find the truth. That there is a new world out there, and it's called Earth. And that's my story, human. Hope you liked it. Now you can ask any questions. Interesting story, but still, this doesn't prove anything. I just didn't mind enough to stop you. You should have ended with a joke. Now, let me guess. You wanted me to see this, right? I'm a little insulted, human. I just told you my whole life story, and this is how you treat me? That's just a puzzle, an unsolvable one, at that, if you ask me. Why would I want you to see that, human? I don't know, alien. Why do you do anything? Maybe you want me to ask you what that puzzle is. You wouldn't get it in a million suns, human. You have to put 12 symbols in the correct order. I've tried countless times, and it's impossible. I see. I should have seen this coming. Let's just get this over with. You want me to try it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have shown me those symbols. I get it. You are funny, human. If you want to try it, fine with me. But as I told you, you'll never guess it. Not in a million suns. Okay. I have an idea then. Since you like making bets so much, and you think I'm gonna fail, how about this? If I do get it right, you show me your face, and we put an end to this joke. Oh, I like the way you think, human. I wouldn't have guessed you humans liked taking chances. Well, despite the risks of showing my face, all odds are in my favor. So what if you fail, human? What's in it for me? I don't imagine there's anything you can give me. Just tell me what you want, and let's get this over with. So? Hello, human. Are you there? I kept thinking about what you could give me if I won, and I believe there's one thing I want. Do you remember this tweet I sent you? Well, I want to ask you a favor about that. What kind of favor? It's just a simple but important favor for me. Don't worry, it's nothing illegal or suspicious, but you must promise me that if you lose, you will fulfill your end of the deal. I just need your word. I say I have nothing to lose at this point, so I'll do you that favor. But that'd be it. After that, I want you to leave me alone. If you're okay with that, you have my word. Okay, human, I'm gonna miss you, but it sounds fair. We have a deal then. You have my word too. I'm thinking 3 tries would be fine, so you can solve the puzzle. Okay, we have a deal. And sure, 3 attempts are more than enough to end all of this. Great, human. Let's begin. Take your time. No pressure. I have an option already. That was fast, human, but too bad. I'd think it through next time. By the way, what are these symbols? Oh, human, my bad. I forgot to tell you that the symbols change every time you fail. This is the new order. I knew I couldn't trust you in the slightest, but I want to finish this as soon as possible, so here's my second guess. Wrong again, human. What's the matter? You sounded so confident before. 1 more to go. I hope you'll keep your word. Well, I guess fun's over. I'll keep my word. I hope you do the same and leave me alone. Well, what happened? Sorry, human. I'm still trying to assimilate the things that happened these last suns. It all started with your 3rd attempt, so let's start from the beginning. I still don't know how you did it, but as soon as I entered the last sequence you gave me, a secret compartment behind a wall opened. In the distance, you could see there was something very bright inside, almost like a small star. As I got closer to whatever that thing was, it started to look like some kind of portal. All around this portal there were 10 doors, all of them emanating a fluorescent glow and completely locked. All of them but one. Of course, I opened it and found this. They looked like ancient guns from a different time. On a closer look, though, they were filled with the shiny fluid. Surprising as this was, it wasn't the most shocking discovery. This might sound stupid to you, human, so I don't expect you to understand the magnitude of what this means. But everything, absolutely everything in this room, is written in English. From this moment on, I became obsessed with this secret room. I started to come regularly after the sun to explore it, trying to find the truth behind it and how it all worked. And then, on my last visit, the weirdest thing happened. When I entered the hidden room, I found some footprints. How could it be? The machine was supposed to be hidden, and no one but me had access to it. It was a scary moment, human. I tried to check the machine's security camera, which made me go back to the main cabin. But for as much as I tried, the process was way more complex than I anticipated. While I was busy working the security cameras, I heard an odd noise. I immediately went to the room and found that someone had taken a gun. I just lost it, human. I was scared and angry, because I felt someone or something was messing with me or worse. I didn't know if I should abandon the machine and go into hiding. In the end, I just stayed locked inside the main cabin and worked on the security cameras to figure out how to see the footage. I expected many things, human, that the authorities had finally found me, and I was doomed, or that someone's dream creature had made its way inside. I even considered it was my ancestors sending me some kind of message. But not in a million suns did I expect to see what I just saw moments ago, when I finally got the security tapes. Not only that, but when I got back to the secret room to verify what I'd just witnessed, I found this on the portal. That's when it hit me. You were behind all of this, human, solving the impossible puzzle, unlocking the secret room where everything is in English, and finally the creature coming out of the portal taking the gun. It all points to you. Don't get me wrong, human. I'm not mad at all. If anything, I'm proud. Well played, human. It seems like you finally got your revenge. I'll admit, you got me this time. Who would have thought at the beginning of all this you were the one going crazy, and now the one who ended up crazy is me? But well, now it's time to pay that bet, human. I gave you my word, and you'll be the first human to ever see the face of an alien. That said, I have to be extremely careful, now more than ever, so we'll do it privately. Oh, and one last thing, human. This just showed up in the portal. I assume it's part of your plan too. And that was the VDAH, or Vince's, Twitter story. So this is it's okay. Let's do positives, negatives. Positive. It's almost like it's two stories in one, right? So you have what starts off with this kind of interesting potential horror slash hacker. Either way, it's a horrifying situation in some way, shape, or form, right? And it's got video, it's got pictures, it's got text, it's got it's quite good. It's got intrigue and mystery. You know, yet again, as I probably mentioned in the middle, it made me think a little bit of Gregory 88 in some regards, but also like Red Monkey. There were definite vibes of both. And then after I kind of cut in what I call the midpoint of the story, where you have the reveal of the alien, and the alien ends up telling their story with all the. I mean, the moment I started seeing some of those graphics, I immediately was like, I can already tell where this is going. I can already tell just based on how it looks, because I've seen so much NFT nonsense. I've seen so much crypto things and everything like that, and that the artwork is. Wait, granted, yes, it's not always the same, but a lot of it does look like that kind of stuff. And so it was. I was hoping I was going to be wrong, but I did know based on my initial analysis of this, obviously Twitter channel, Twitter account, Twitter profile, and then sorry, I keep calling it Twitter. I can't get on with calling it X. It just doesn't work with the way that I use terminology. So I'm gonna keep calling it Twitter, even if it irritates you. Don't care. And then obviously the fact that it also connects to he's a co-founder of MuCans, so another Twitter profile. So I had to obviously look into some of these and figure out where all the story takes place and blah blah blah. I try my best to do some research and everything just so I know what I'm getting into ahead of time. And yeah, I mean, it's not a bad story. It's not a bad story. It's quite fun. There's some interesting little sci-fi elements and everything. I just wish it ultimately wasn't like so crypto heavy at the end. And I mean, some people might be like, crypto heavy, what are you talking about? That I didn't see anything crypto in there. I mean, like the puzzles and everything like that, they were all just a variety of different cryptocurrencies, and yeah, just. And the fact that the gun said free, which immediately made me think like, oh well, it's like a collectible of some sort, or a non-fungible token or some shit. So clearly I was very right, as I will share with you. But yes, no, ultimately though, I did think the story was fun. I did enjoy the story. I just didn't love the fact that ultimately it was all one big advertisement for NFTs and cryptocurrency and things like that. But, you know, it's still a story, and I still thought it was cool and worth sharing to an extent. So let me go ahead and just show you a little bit of this. So obviously this is the creator VDAH, also goes by Vince in the story. Don't know if that's a real name. Understandable if we don't know. Which, yeah, yet again, this is like their profile, and it very quickly goes into talking about crypto things and everything like that. You know, if you keep scrolling down, it's just all kinds of. Anyway, but then they've got a little website here, and it's like, oh, okay, well, if I click that, well, I already know OpenSea is crypto territory anyway. And yeah, yet again, this is a MuCans, the prototypes, and yeah, here's that ray gun that was in the story. Which, by the way, you can make an offer for it. I'm not saying you should, because it's been there for like 2 years, I think. So, you know, yeah. And the other channel, obviously, profile, sorry, is MuCans, because they're the co-founder of MuCans, which are emerging from a distant galaxy. Like, yet again, this is kind of cool and everything, but then it just immediately gets into, oh, at Sol Big Brain with the gun and the apes, and just, I don't. It just, you know, the block hole, like blockchain, and just, it's so. And yet again, you got another little website here you can check out, which takes you to MuCans, the prototype's first drop, which was free at the time. They only had 100. But this was, yet again, a couple of years ago. And, yeah, it's literally an exclusive supply of 999 NFTs in the Ethereum chain. So, yeah, it's kind of exactly what it says on the tin, I'm afraid. Which is fine. There's nothing super wrong about it. I am not a financial channel. I am not here to give financial advice. You know, ultimately, your decisions are your own. I will not be held accountable for any of that. My personal opinions on the matter are, it's obviously a massive gamble and a risk, and quite frankly, a lot of it is very scammy and an issue. And so, in which case, I will not tell you where to throw your money or how to spend it, nor how to invest it. I am a story channel, so you know I'm a storyteller. It's not my wheelhouse. You know, it's not my wheelhouse. Yeah. Anyway, this has been it's been a fun little time. It has been a pretty fun little time. I've overall enjoyed the story, regardless of that fact, and I'm really glad I got to find it and read it and share it with all of you. I do have 2 other potential stories coming up, which is good. Maybe even a third, which is obviously great. Obviously, that's the kind of stuff you want to hear. One of them is not very long, but it's I think it's still worth covering. I think it's still very worth covering and dissecting it and discussing it. Yes, I've been okay. I'm just rambling now. I've been late at night, and I've had a fantastic time, and I sure hope you have too. What did you think of the story? I'm really curious about your thoughts. Did it make you think of anything else? Did anything else maybe pop into mind? I'm really curious. Give me your comments. Let me know down below. Did you know that we have a Reddit community now? Which, by the way, is a fantastic place to also pop in your own stories, whether they're scary or not. And there's a great chance that I will narrate those stories, or I might even get other voice actors involved. Who knows? Maybe you want to do discussions, or you want to do theory crafting. The Reddit community is open to all, for all that kind of nonsense. Sounds like a great time to me. I've had a fantastic time, my friends. I really hope you take care out there. We'll see you for whatever's next. Cheers. Shout out to these cool peeps. Seriously, we wouldn't have got this far without them. You're all amazing. I love you all so much. Honestly, it's tremendous work you do. Supporting the channel, keeping us afloat. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. You too could become a cool peep for just $1 a month. And what that's going to get you is 2 weeks early access to future videos. It's also going to get you exclusive members-only content. And there might be extra goodies coming along the way. What can I say? I'm just charitable like that. You can also show your support by tipping through either Super Chats, Super Thanks, both on YouTube, or through my Streamlabs.com URL, which will be in the description of future videos below. Cheers for now, guys.